friends. I had another great day. Really fun rehearsal. This is our first day of tech rehearsal, and so I always find there's this thing. It's funny because it's a dynamic that I observe both in music rehearsals and in tech rehearsals. And there's this kind of, so as on the music side, the way it manifests often, at least in the way that I perceive it, is there's this starting phase where it feels like things are going so slowly that you will never get through the show. It's taking I don't know, half an hour to learn a page or something. It's usually because we start music rehearsals with big ensemble numbers. A lot of times it's the opening number, which is a difficult song in the show. Like that, we didn't do that this time. I did I did things in a different sequence on purpose. But it's inevitable. You hit these places where the initial work goes so slowly that you think this will never end, or we'll never get there, or some variation. And you always do. As I've learned at this point to just embrace that feeling and to just completely trust, to just not even, when that feeling comes up, the main thing is to signal to everyone that it's fine that it's taking as long as it is. That's the main thing that you want to signal. You want to send the message to everyone involved. We have as long as we need. You're not in a hurry. Because then people work methodically and actually can receive what they need to receive. They can ingest whatever it is they need to ingest, process it, and do their thing, do their job. And we had a little of that today. It was slow going, lots of tech, lots of elements, many untested elements, all colliding at the same time. That's what the rehearsal was for. And some elements still missing from today's rehearsal, so that affects other elements that are able to be teched today or in the next couple days. There's this ripple effect of uncertainty throughout the whole thing. And what I really felt just so inspired by, I guess, is the vibe was so good that everyone in the room is so present and so available, attentive, right where we need them to be, and having a good time. He's supportive, playful. It's a really great vibe, and in some ways that was kind of my priority for the day. I sort of took it. I kind of made it an intention early. And even before today, starting yesterday and before, to really let these elements come together as they do, and to keep my eye on what's the vibe in the room and how's it, and transmitting that, and trying to kind of just be present to where everybody is, and then lend that support. And the result of that is just that there's enthusiasm and there's play, even as there is lots and lots and lots of technical, kind of logistical stuff to be worked out. And I really enjoyed that. I just really enjoyed witnessing that. I really enjoyed being present to that aspect of what's happening in the room. That sort of, that emotional buzz, the timbre of interactions, and just the color, the emotional color of the work all day. And it was really beautiful. It was really beautiful. So, and I'm getting a little more headspace for myself as I get towards this part of the process. I have many concerns to address, and lots of stuff to work out, but I'm also in a good place. It's also like a lot of the things that I have to work out are not the focus of the production and the focus of the team sort of is correctly elsewhere. And that gives me a really, I would say a kind of privileged position within it all, because I've had a chance to do my work, and I've done I've transmitted a lot of what I need to. We have a lot of cleanup to do, but that's going to be fine. And so it lets me it allows me to feel playful. It allows me to be in the room and feel playful. And I think I'm also just kind of registering that as an experience that I haven't had in a long time. I haven't been in the theater doing this for a long time. And being back at it is just so much fun. It's just so much fun. It's really fun to have the opportunity to be part of something like this, and to make this project. It's incredible. With these people, it's incredible. So yeah. And the other thing that's coming through, I've placed the emphasis on healing from the get-go, and it has not only has that kind of successfully given me, I would say, a sort of particular posture towards this entire process, which I find helpful and I'm grateful for, and I'm also it's affirming that choice. But I'm also continually exposed to new layers of what that means, because, for example, like I'm coming around to the question, well, what needs healing in myself? What, and there's something about the release of the workload. It's not that the work is over. In some ways, the work is just beginning, but in a lot of ways, a lot of the work actually has been done, and we're getting to a place where that my headspace is freeing up, and so it's asking my psyche, my emotional body are asking the question, well, what is the healing that I need? What is the healing that I'm after, or that I require? And I think, there are multiple answers to that. There's a sense of accepting myself just as I am. There's a kind of, there's something I've noticed about, the tendency to be a workaholic, which I don't really think I have that, but I certainly have, I have actually really done that. I have exhibited that before, and B, I still have certain tendencies or certain moments where that comes up for me, and I noticed that mode is actually just my psyche trying to bury something, trying to bury a feeling of pain. And so that intense workload, that intense push, actually is a defense mechanism. Because as long as my urgency has an outlet, it's justified, and I'm sort of like, there's no problem. It's like this weird thing where it's like, as long as I have lots of big problems to solve, I got no problems. As soon as I don't have any big problems to solve, it's a problem. It's that thing. And so as I kind of, and again, I feel like I'm trying to be very, very, I'm trying to maintain some transparency to myself. So as I arrive at this place, that I don't kind of, all right, done here, moving on, that I don't sort of like, okay, my work is done here, I'm moving on, or, that I actually allow what's, but what's happening now? What's happening now? What's happening now? What's coming up in me now? Today, not yesterday, today, like really staying present to that. Because the truth is, there's always more. There's always this next layer. There's always this next step. And as that emerges, this is such a golden opportunity. It feels like anytime we go deeply into and through a creative process, it gives us an opportunity to see that. It gives us an opportunity to use that enhanced focus that we're developing to be even more self-aware, and to find the next layer of our own healing, and actually heal it, actually go there. And I mean, I sometimes can't believe it's only been 3.5 weeks since I've been here now. It's remarkable, because a lifetime has happened in the last 3 weeks and 4 days, or 3 weeks and 3 days, whatever it's been. So I'm leaning into that, and I'm allowing myself to just see what comes up in me, where, what's in this for me. as I go into the room, my focus is still very much on how can I serve everybody here, and how can I serve the higher purpose that's being worked out through this process. What is the healing that each individual requires? What's everybody bringing into the room? Just staying present to that as much as I can. But I'm noticing that there's a kind of like, but this is also a mirror for me. It's not just about looking outward. It is also about when I get a reflection, will I look at that, or am I going to just put my focus on everybody else's healing again? And I'm trying to be kind of like, no, there's something for me to see here, and it might take some courage to see that. It might take a decision to really allow that to come through. So I'm trying to keep myself honest in that way. So that's where I am today. It's a mile a minute around here, but really great, and I so appreciate you for watching, for this conversation and everything that is coming from it. I'm gaining immeasurably, and I hope I'm offering ideas or provocations that are helpful. It might resonate with all of you as well. So thank you. Have a wonderful day.